Get away. Get away. Get away. Get away. Get away. Get away. Why? Why? It didn't have to end this way. It could have been so different. When I first met him, it's like being in the presence of God. Every time he said something, it was as if God himself was saying, speaking. He cared about everybody. Didn't matter who. He cared about the lepers. Stinking. Like walking corpses. Their flesh rotted out. And their breath. He would let them come close. And he would take their face in his hands. And he would hug them. And he would heal them. And he said he cared. You knew that nothing in all the world could keep him from doing what was most important. And it didn't matter who. I even sensed it in the garden. I kissed him. That was the sign I had to. And as I backed away, I tried to turn, but I caught his eye. He looked at me. He looked at me. And he said, Judas, you betrayed me with a kiss. But there was no hate. No, I'm going to kill you.
Judas, I have come to seek and to save the lost, to heal the sick. Judas, you are lost, and you're sick. Let me find you.
No! 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 Don't mock me! Don't mock me! Not after what I did! No! No! And don't look at me with those accusing eyes. Don't say to me, well, why did you do it if he was so good? He had to go. Either Jesus made his move or he had to step aside, but he didn't make his move. His way doesn't work. You can't turn the other cheek and turn the other cheek. You've got to take a stand. You've got to fight back. It's about power. Don't you understand? It's about power. It's about making people do what you want them to do. They wouldn't do it. If you don't use your power, somebody else will. I knew something was wrong that time he fed all those people. 5,000 men were there. 5,000 men that would have laid down their lives for him right there. They would have marched on Jerusalem and we could have taken over right there. And what does he do? Walks away. He just walks. Then he starts talking about, we're going to go to Jerusalem and I'm going to be arrested there. I'm going to be tortured. I'm going to be killed. And Peter, his best friend, Peter says, he said what everybody was thinking, Lord, no, this never will happen to you. And what does he do to Peter? He grabs him. He grabs him by the robe and he says, get behind me, Satan. all they could talk about after that. Going to Jerusalem. I'll be arrested and tortured and killed. I thought Sunday that everything had turned around. There was a glimmer of hope. He did everything right last Sunday. He got on a donkey, and it was as though it was scripted. It was as though somebody had planned it all out to do everything the prophets had told. He came down on that donkey, and the people, they lit in. They caught it right away. Hosanna, blessed is he who comes in the name of the Lord. The palm branches waving all over. It was a moment. Thousands and thousands, and there we were, following the king. And then what does he do? He goes to the temple, and he starts a riot. He antagonizes the very people he needs to take over. And the whole rest of the week, it got worse and worse and worse. And it was obvious. It was obvious that the power brokers, they were going to do something. They weren't going to put up with this guy from Galilee. The others might not have known it, but I knew something was going down. I knew it was going down. And I wasn't going to go down with him. And I was going to get something out of it. I was going to get something out of it. 3 years of my life. 30 pieces of silver. 30 stinking pieces of silver for Jesus, the Messiah. Jesus, the Messiah. The Messiah. The Messiah. No, the Messiah, Jesus the Messiah, but how else could he have done it? Oh, he couldn't have been the Messiah, but he cured people, he calmed the waves, he raised the dead. Oh my God, what have I done? I have betrayed the Messiah?
It's too much for you, Judas. It is too late. Take the rope, Judas. Take the rope.